I think it's almost there. It's almost there. Thank you for your patience. We're just fixing this tech stuff. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. It's too bad that we only just now fixed it because it would have been good to have the recording on. I'm horizontal here, guys. If you want to find the horizontal stream, you can find it here or here, as you know. I'm also on this app. I'm on these apps. TikTok is probably most definitely going away, so it's appreciated if you find me elsewhere. Anyway, sorry. Go ahead, John. John.
So I want your take on
Mm-hmm.
it's been bothering me since the night of.
Mm-hmm.
How are we supposed to
Oh.
grapple with half the electorate not living in reality? Like how are you supposed to how can you ever win an election again?
What do
It,
you
it
mean
doesn't feel
by
possible.
reality?
Like the MAGA Republicans have left reality. They are no longer existing in the
Mm-hmm.
reality that we exist in. Like
Mm-hmm.
it's not there's no there's no argument against this. Like there, it's just every fact presented is misinformation at this point.
Mm-hmm.
So like, what? How do you drive out people? How do you drive out low information voters if all of their information is untrue? Like it feels a lot harder to tell people that they've been duped than it is to just dupe them more.
Yeah. Well, so I'm gonna take one of the comments. Ravenworm says that's what happens in a cult. Um, I think firstly, I think that's a question that we all have, right? But that's what happens when they're in a cult. Is a great hi Teasy. I'm sorry, the stream's been going for a little while, but I had to. Twitch was giving me issues. Um, in a cult, it is very hard. When do cult members leave the cult? Typically, not because someone tells them that they're wrong, right? And in fact, there's a psychological phenomenon that basically, when we argue with someone, even if we're presented with facts, even if they make a good argument, the act of us arguing with our position against someone makes us dig our heels in more with our position. It's just, unfortunately, when we're arguing with someone, we're doing less of convincing them of anything, and mostly we're just convincing ourselves. Um, I think what most members of a cult leave a cult when it gets so fucking bad, it's just it's like unmanageable, right? Like, and a lot of people don't leave a cult. A lot of people just don't. That's sort of why, like, I think things are going to get a lot worse before they get any better. And I'm not trying to be flippant. I'm not trying to minimize how bad things could get. I hope I hope we're wrong. I hope things don't get that bad. I hope the worst case scenario does not happen. Absolutely. I hope we do have, you know, free and fair elections in 2 years and then again in 4 years. I do. I hope that Trump will do good things for us. Please, I live in this country too. I want him to do things for us. Do I think he will? No. I hope he does. I hope we're wrong. But I don't think we have been presenting facts to people about like what his economic policies will do, what tariffs do to their bottom line. We've been presenting them with facts about what these policies will do, like how much further they'll go. They've been, and it's not even just us, right? It's their own, like Trump has said as much, other Republicans have said as much. We're not making this up. We're literally just quoting them. We're using their words and we're pointing to their words and we're like, this is what they say that they're going to do, and people voted for that. So I think the best chance we have is we're going to see what happens. You know what I mean? And maybe, just maybe, if we're right about how bad it can get for them, then maybe, just maybe, they'll start looking for other options. I don't think we can necessarily convince them of anything else. I think that's it. I think it's simple.
I just feel like the tariffs hit, everything's more expensive. People are not feeling the tax cuts because they're not really going to affect most of his voters. And he
Hmm.
just shifts blame to something else and people
Yeah.
believe it because Charlie Kirk repeats it. Like I
Yeah,
don't I
absolutely.
don't see us ever getting out of this. It
Yeah.
do- it, do- it just doesn't feel possible. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, guys. Yeah, you guys, the people in here saying he's gonna make everything great. Everything's great under him. I hope you're right. He just won. We'll find out. We'll find out. So you don't have to sit in here and convince us. You can sit. You can sit back now. You can let us find out. And I hope you find out. You're gonna find out too. We're all gonna find out together. We're all gonna find out together exactly how well it goes. You don't have to convince me of anything. Reality will occur either way. I don't have to convince you of anything. Reality will occur either way. That's honestly the best part of this, right? We don't have to argue with people about economic theory. We don't have to argue with people about theory about what will happen. You know what I mean? We don't have to be like, this is what they mean when they say that, like, they mean what they say. We don't have to convince people of that. Reality is going to happen. We're all going to experience it. I mean, well, I guess that's sort of debatable. We're all going to, but yeah.
Yeah, yeah. That's the thing. It's debatable now. That's the part that's like that hurts pretty bad is that like
Yeah.
I don't know if even if they get all the things that they voted for, I don't know if they're gonna be able to grapple with the fact that that's what they voted for.
Right. I think a lot of them are going to make excuses. I don't think a whole lot of them, but like we can also say like 2020 he lost, and a big part of that was because the pandemic was fucking rough. It was rough and people were feeling it at that point,
Yeah,
right? People were
yeah, that's true.
experiencing it and it was awful and people wanted something different. And I think that's usually the best way to affect change. If things are awful, people will go for something different. And yeah, things are still awful. Do people understand why they're awful? No. People people don't understand where inflation comes from. They don't understand who writes laws. They don't understand how laws are passed. They don't understand how tax law is passed. They don't understand who wrote our current tax law. They don't understand that like all this stuff that they're complaining about is not actually directly from Biden administration or anything like that. But I can't convince them otherwise. If they're not like open, if they don't want to like actually learn, whatever, that's fine. So they voted for something different, right? They voted for what they perceived was the biggest difference. And we'll see at the end of the 4 years if it's awesome. Great. Guys, I would love for Trump and Republicans to make this country great again. Whatever the hell that fucking means, mind you. I would love that to happen. I hope they do. I genuinely hope they do. I hope so. I hope I make more money. I hope my taxes are lower but pay for more. Yeah, I want to get more for my taxes. Absolutely. I want access to medical care to be better. I want my health insurance to be cheaper. Personally, I want women to have rights across the country, to be able to access their rights regardless of what zip code they live in, because that's what I believe in. I believe in women's rights no matter where they live. I want all of that. I really do hope that everyone's life improves under MAGA. We'll see. We will see.
Yeah, yeah. I hope we're wrong. I
Yeah, I
really
hope we're
hope we're
wrong.
wrong. We'll see. But
Yeah.
yeah, I'm gonna get back to work. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, thank you for coming on. It's a great question. Why didn't Biden do that? Actually, I mean, Travis, partially he did. You don't understand. Well, again, you're just proving my point. You don't know how laws are written, clearly. Laws are written in Congress. The president is limited, which is why, by the way, I say Trump and MAGA and Republicans. I'm saying because, Republicans have just won the Senate and it looks like they'll probably take the House. I think it's likely that they're going to take the House, which means that they, write the laws and stuff. I hope they do. I hope they make miracles happen. I will point out that Republicans have been in control of Congress for the majority of the last couple of decades. So most of the laws, most of the taxes, most of all that stuff is coming from Republicans. Most of the stuff that you guys are like upset about has been written and passed by a Republican Congress. But I know you don't want to hear that. I don't know. But it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. I don't have to convince you right now of anything. I really don't. We all live in this country. We're going to see how it goes. I don't know, Batman. It's crazy. Yeah, I don't know why MAGA is so angry right now. You guys won. Congratulations. You just know the facts. Okay, Travis. I hope you're right. I didn't like Biden as a candidate either. I didn't think he should have run a second time. He lowered, I will say, he got inflation lowered under him in the U.S. more quickly than it lowered in the rest of the world. Inflation was high worldwide. That's not like a specific to America thing. That was caused in large part because of the pandemic and corporate greed. It lowered more quickly in the United States than anywhere else in the world. So that is thanks to the Biden administration. Well, technically, I mean, let's be specific. It's because of the Fed, which you guys don't know because you blame Biden specifically for inflation, which is not how that works. The U.S. did better than the other countries at lowering inflation while under Biden. That's a fact. So. Yeah, exactly. It's at 2.4 today. I know about the Fed, yeah. Because, what do you mean hard cope? How does the Fed is basically a decentralized department, let's say, with like all of the fucking banks. They're all part of it. And the Fed chair, who is currently Jerome Powell, basically sets inflation, or not inflation, pardon, interest rates for the cost of borrowing from the government. That basically translates to the cost of everyone borrowing from everyone, right? Like that's the simplest way to put it. So they set interest rates that like trickle from government to banks to everything, to your mortgage, to your, car loans, to everything. So the way they do, the reason they like raise and lower interest rates is they do it to basically to affect the wider economy. They want to either cool off spending, they want to cool off borrowing and spending, or they want to, increase it. So for a while we had like super, super low interest rates because they wanted to basically encourage they wanted to like stimulate the economy in a way that just like it would be really, really easy to borrow money and buy things. So they lowered it to like 0. But after a while, you start getting like inflation and like things start basically spiraling, and like you start having, I'm trying to like put this as fucking simply as possible. It becomes like too easy for businesses to borrow money that they don't then have to pay any interest on. And so, yeah. So then they start raising interest rates because inflation is getting high, right? They're basically trying to like slow down all this spending and this economy, like to basically get things under control. They want to make it a little bit more expensive for companies to borrow money willy-nilly so that they can't just like do that and like not have to worry about, paying it back ever or whatever. It's done. It's like buzzword city. No, these are the words of like the very basic things. Yeah, I'm trying to articulate it in a very just like basic way. Most people here, I spent 2 hours yesterday trying to explain why deflation is bad. But the Fed is basically the Fed isn't Biden. You asked me what the Fed is. The Fed isn't Biden. And I'm pointing to, and people are like, oh, we were talking about inflation. And I was pointing out that the U.S. got inflation under control more quickly than like every other country, which is true. And I'm not going to say that Biden did that because it wasn't Biden. It was technically like, at least in big part due to the Fed, right? And them fucking around with interest rates to basically slow down borrowing. But it happened under Biden. That's it. It's very simple. It's real easy. Tell them if you're charging $5 for something, why would you take $3 for it? Yes. Basement dweller. Yep. Okay. How is deflation bad? God, don't tell me I'm going to spend another 2 hours. Deflation is bad. A small amount. I know it sounds counterintuitive. Jesus. We always get pulled into this. It's such a simple thing. It's going to sound counterintuitive because you're thinking about yourself personally, right? Inflation means simply that your dollar has a little bit less buying power tomorrow than it does today, right? If you think, does that make sense? Do you guys understand that? Okay, I've got people in the chat answering it, sort of. You don't understand that. Okay, then I'm going to skip over you guys. They don't. Inflation means that your dollar has more buying power today than it does tomorrow. Let's say in extreme inflation, today I have $10. I can buy a banana for $10. Next week, a banana is going to cost me $20, right? Which means that my $10 have less buying power in a week than they do today. So if I need a banana, maybe not a banana, let's say, God, what's a super random thing? A lamp. Let's say a lamp. If I need a lamp, it's better for me to buy it today for $10 than to wait for a week to buy it for $20. Does that make sense? So the reason we like a little bit of inflation in an economy is because it encourages people to buy things today and not just hold off and hold on to their money. Very simple. Deflation means your dollar has more buying power tomorrow than it does today. So let's take the opposite, right? I need a lamp today. I could buy a lamp for $20, but in a week I could buy a lamp for $10 or 2 lamps, right? For $20. So why would I buy a lamp today if it's going to be cheaper in a week? I'm not going to do that. Now, on an individual basis, that sounds great, right? Just wait for something to go on sale, Of course, you want to get the most out of your dollar. But for an economy, like a large-scale capitalist economy, that is bad. The economy and capitalism relies on people and companies spending money today and not like waiting. Like you want people buying things now and not like holding off because it's going to be better for them to buy things later. Large scale, right? So unfortunately, like deflation would either mean or bring the economy to a standstill. Yes, I'm saying like a week. I'm also using ridiculous things, right? Like a $20 banana is also a joke. You understand this, right? But think about it. And I know people just think about it in terms of like products buying, and you're like, oh, but I want my money to get me 2 bananas rather than 1, right? Now think about if you're a company, because most of the money that's being spent in this economy, in a capitalistic economy, especially right now, that it's being spent by companies. When we're talking about a company spending, let's say they can hire a person for 10 hours today for $100, right? In a week, they can hire 2 people for $100 a year. We're using stupid timelines, obviously. I'm using exaggerated numbers to show you, because so you don't get like, your brain doesn't get stuck on like, oh, but actually it's like a small percentage. This is an exaggerated example. Today they can hire someone for $100. Next week they can hire 2 people for $100. Do you think they're going to hire anyone today? No. They're not going to hire you today. You're not, and so you're not going to work today. You're not going to work for another week. No one's going to work for another week. They're going to wait. And then if they know that actually if they wait a month, they can hire 5 workers for $100, do you think they're going to hire anyone this week, next week, even the week after that? No. They're going to wait it out. So you're not going to be making any money. You're going to be holding on to your money because firstly, you're not making any money. And also it's worth more each day. So you're going to be holding on to your money, which means no one's going to be buying things, which means those companies are going to also start laying people off even more. If it wasn't a good enough reason for them to lay people off because they're going to be cheaper in a week than they are today, as soon as people stop buying things because it's not worth it to buy them today and they're going to wait to buy them next year, let's say, they're going to start laying people off because they don't have a reason. No, their stuff isn't selling, so they don't have a reason to hire you. And they know that they can hire you back later for much cheaper. So more and more people are out of work. Fewer and fewer products are being made. Fewer and fewer things are being bought and sold. Everything everything fucking crashes. Capitalism breaks with deflation. So the thing with inflation, so unfortunately, the problem is right now we're all feeling the effects of the fact that we had very high inflation last year. We don't have high inflation now. And I know that doesn't seem real, right? And it's like hard. This is what's frustrating about this because it's hard to explain because it doesn't feel the way that it is. Everything is expensive because inflation was very, very high last year. Right now, inflation is within like normal range. It's at 2.4%. Usually the goal is around 2%, right? The reason everything is expensive is because even though inflation has gone back down to a relatively like normal level, like what you are feeling, what you're expecting is for all those prices to go down. What you want is deflation. Those prices are not going to go down. Not across the board, at least. Some prices will go down a little. Maybe some stores that are feeling like no one's buying anything, they're going to start really lowering a lot more prices and stuff. But like for things like groceries and shit, no, they raise the prices. They're not going to like across the board lower everything because that would be deflation. So unfortunately, we're stuck with basically this baseline of higher prices. And the only way to correct for that is that we got to make them more affordable. That doesn't mean lowering prices. We're talking make things more affordable by getting people more money. So like we need wage increases. This is, by the way, why it is typical for wages to increase on something. Well, it was typical for people to get like, increases in wages on par with inflation every year. It's because even if that's not like you're not actually making any more money, but you want everything in a healthy economy where people can like afford to feed themselves, to house themselves, which by the way is not something we've had for many decades in America, and it's slowly getting worse. You want to basically keep things affordable. You want a little bit of inflation to encourage the dollar being spent, but you also want everyone to be able to afford things like relatively on par. So you keep everyone getting like the levels of money that's going to keep everything affordable. What is the problem is we confuse affordability with just like dollar amounts, and we confuse lowered inflation with deflation. And not enough people like know this, unfortunately. It's just, yeah. Yeah, it's not affordable. Yeah. What about defense spending? What about it? Okay, Travis. Yeah, my pleasure, Matt. Daycare is not affordable. Yeah, thank you guys. Thank you, Laura. Sorry, I'm sorry, you guys aren't seeing the chat on there either. I gotta start remembering to like open up this chat thing. Oh no, I lost it. What is it? Stream. No, social stream. There we go. Social stream. Activate. I don't know what she regrets or not. I think I've bitched about the DNC this whole, this whole like election cycle. Sorry, I'm distracted. I'm trying to do tech stuff. I have long said, for not just this election cycle, for many years, I have talked about how frustrating the DNC is to me. I am registered as a Democrat so that I can participate in Democrat in their primaries and stuff in New York, but I consider myself an independent, and I have ever since Bernie. I also want to say TZ on what is this, Twitch, says, "Mama, make America more affordable." That's what we should be doing. Mamala. Make America more affordable. Mama. That's what I'm going to run on. Happy Thursday, Nick. No, inflation is down, guys. Inflation is down. It doesn't feel that way because what you guys want is deflation. Inflation is down. Inflation is at 2.4%. I just answered you, man. You're saying increase trade with foreign countries again. Well, tariffs do the opposite of that. Inflation went up worldwide, guys. It's almost like you forget that there was a fucking pandemic that literally stopped supply chains. Do you guys remember how hard it was to get toilet paper for a while back then? Do you remember that? Do you remember how hard it was to get certain products? Do you remember how expensive certain things got during the pandemic because of the supply chain issues? And how long it could take to get certain things? Yeah, that was global. That lasted more than a minute. That affected inflation. That was a big, huge contributing factor to inflation worldwide. Worldwide. Inflation was high all over the world. Did, Biden, I'm sorry that, the pandemic hit. The pandemic also hit during Trump. Maybe Trump should have just not allowed the pandemic to occur at all. We could just as easily, pretend like the pandemic is actually Trump's fault because it started under Trump. It's not. I'm not saying that, mind you. But yeah, almost like shutting down everything was a bad idea. It's crazy that Trump did that. Thank you for the follow, Lauren. What direction do I believe America is going now, economy-wise? I think the tariffs are going to hurt. I think America is going to keep going in this overall direction that it's been in, which is that billionaires like Elon and supposedly Trump, billionaires will keep getting richer while we keep having more and more trouble affording things. Tariffs are going to fuck us. Tariffs are going to make things so much more expensive for us. So much more expensive. I think, yeah, I mean, but you guys really wanted to elect a billionaire. You really wanted a billionaire with billionaire cronies like Elon. Okay. I don't know what it is that the billionaires need from us. Like, why won't someone think of the billionaires? The billionaires are fine, guys. You can stop looking out for them. They don't need you to look out for them. You need them to start looking out for you. They're not gonna, mind you. They're not gonna look out for you, which is why they keep asking you to look out for them. But we need the billionaires to start giving back some. Happily, Chris. What do I think about Republican immigrants? Oh, God. I hope that they get what they voted for. I will say, it is ironic. It is funny that Republicans keep bitching about immigrants and then immigrants basically handed them this election. I feel like Republicans should probably start embracing immigrants a little bit more just for their own sake. But if they want to deport them, go ahead. You want to deport like a big swath of your fucking voter base? Go for it. No, you understand many immigrants are citizens. You know, I'm an immigrant who is a citizen, right? I can legally vote in this country because I'm a dual citizen. I mean, when actual citizens, American citizens have been deported, which is crazy and illegal as fuck, but it has happened. When you like implement crazy, just like extreme sort of policies like that, you end up deporting a few American immigrants. I will say also, by the way, Kamala, like the border bill that was presented that Kamala was running on was going to increase, like, you know how you guys keep bitching about what the fast track asylum things? You act as though that was like, you guys keep acting like you don't want fast track asylum. So here's the thing. The vast majority of asylum seekers are rejected. Their claims are rejected and they get deported. But it takes like years to actually process them. So to fast track the processing just means that you're fast tracking like deporting the majority of them. But you guys are acting like it was crazy that that's what Democrats wanted, and Republicans, mind you. I am, Jim. I am. Did I have any problems with taxes on with the dual citizenship? Mm-mm. 22 million is an invented number, so. It didn't codify illegal immigration, and it was presented by Republicans. The fact, I mean, if you guys really have a serious issues with that bill, I don't know why you just elected a bunch of Republicans in office. It was initially introduced by Republicans, and it got bipartisan support with Democrats in Congress. And Trump called around to put a stop to it because he wanted you guys angry enough to vote for him. And it worked. He bamboozled you. Good job. You're really that easy. That predictable. Take the L and move on. I've moved on, OG. I've moved on. MAGA's in here trying to pick fights. You guys won. So we're gonna see exactly what happens. You won. Your policies, your people are in charge now. You don't have to prove anything. We're gonna see exactly how it goes. Congratulations. Thank you, Claudia. Thank you for the let 'em cook. Thank you, Jollibee. Thank you for the love you. Hi, Fire Lemon. But I'm still on here bitching. No, actually, I came on here just to hang out. And I'm answering questions and stuff. I'm also, by the way, free speech means I do get to bitch. Also, we lost, so we're allowed to be sad. You're allowed to be sad that you won too. But it's a little bit weird that you're in here so angry, trying to convince us of stuff that okay. We're here to hang, so. It's also, yeah, it's my channel. It also means I could lie if I wanted to. I have no reason to lie. Yeah, they're angry whether they win or lose. You're just looking for dopamine, guys. We know it. We know what's going on. Farmhouse, thank you for the rose. Zombie, thank you for the little crowns. Thank you. This is not updating, is it? Thank you, William. Chat thingy crashed. Yeah. Looks like it's updating now. Again. Is it not? Did the chat thingy still crash? Shit, it did crash. It did crash. Of course it did. Let's see if that helps at all. Yeah, we don't have to stop talking politics about the election. Or after the election, pardon. Oh, good, zombie. We're here. Oh, now it's doubling up. The chat's doubling up again. I don't know why it does that. Okay, there we go. I just really don't like reading the chat on the dock. So that's why I have like these. Yeah, what else do you want? You guys got Supreme Court, presidency, House, well, probably House, Senate. I don't know why you're not satisfied. You guys can relax. We get to bitch now. Now we get to be the victims, you know, because we lost. We get to be the victims now. What did she say, Nico? Yeah, I'm looking forward to complain for 4 years. Yeah, we're the victims now. We get to be the victims now. You guys won everything, so now you don't get to be the victims anymore. You understand that, right? Why does everyone feel like they have to make a video and be seen? I mean, why do you feel like you have to comment and be read, snots? Humans are a social species. We interact with each other, and we just so happen to have tools like, you know, TikTok now that allow us to share ourselves with one another more broadly. Why, if you don't like it, you can get off the app. You really don't have to watch what people have to say or listen to what they have to say. People are allowed to share their opinions on it. And in fact, those of it we lost, we're allowed to be the victims now. We get to be the victims. You don't. You're in charge of everything. You don't get to be the victims anymore. I know, Langston. It's crazy. Guys, we don't have to convince them of anything. We're about to see how everything's gonna go down. We're gonna see how, you know, things go. We don't have to convince them of anything right now. No primary? What are you talking about? Thank you, Tiff. I didn't see it, Reno. How about the Amish showing up? Did they? Do we actually know for a fact that they did? I know there was rumors of that, but there was a lot of rumors. A lot of exit polls. Also, by the way, like just to be clear, exit polling is not always like perfectly accurate because it relies on, firstly, it can't capture data from mail-in or early voters, really. I mean, I'm sure they try to capture some data from early voters, but it's a lot harder. And it relies on people who are willing to stopping by. So exit polling is not like exact, I should say. Yeah, I'm pretty open-minded, Sophie. I just put people down? How did I just put people down? Is it really, am I putting people down by saying that MAGA won? Man, the things that you guys think are insults are well beyond me. Yeah, now's the time for us to see what happens. Seems like an excuse to hate men, to be honest. What's an excuse to hate men? I love Stranger Things. I'm sorry, Twitch and YouTube. I'm not sure why the chat's doubling up on this. Let's see if this works. Oh, I'm sorry. They started to act right. Nothing has changed. I hate to break it to you. Nothing has like changed in the world right now. The states' rights argument. The states' rights argument is bullshit. The people who argue for states' rights are hypocrites because as soon as another state starts doing like implementing its own laws and governing itself, they sue and claim that like for example, like California tried to pass some like EV legislation. Only affects California, residents. It was like voted on in California. I don't know if there was like a direct whatever. California, the state, chose to pass something with regards to EVs. They were sued by, I believe, Texas, who said that that was infringing on their federal rights of, whatever. Like, you guys don't believe in states' rights. You don't. Otherwise, you would just let California do whatever the fuck it wants in California. It's a lie. Do I have any idea what will happen to gay marriage? I don't have any idea, Chris. All I know is what has been signaled by the conservative justices, which is that they said that it's worth. Clarence Thomas specifically said that they should go back and consider overturning the decisions, the Supreme Court decisions, just like they overturned Roe v. Wade. Kat, I mean, I don't know why you think you know more than the Supreme Court justices who said, hey, we should look into overturning this shit. But okay. I hope you're right. I do hope you're right. I hope you're right. I hope nothing happens. I hope that Republicans are lying about everything that they say that they're going to do. I agree with you. It's amazing how much MAGA hopes that Republicans are lying to them. I hope they're lying too. Your Republican mom said that they just talk to talk. Well, let's hope. Yeah, I hope so. I hope that MAGA voters who seem to be so convinced that Republicans are lying about everything that they've ever said that they're going to do. I hope you're right. I hope you're right. I hope you just elected a bunch of liars who have zero intention of doing the things that they've been talking about doing. I hope you're right. I don't know why you would vote for people lying that bad, but yes, Corsair finally made it over to Twitch. Wait, are you saying you or me? Thank you, Nas. Thank you for sharing the live. Gas was 40 cents higher today. Nice. I do know Hassan Piker. I mean, I usually live stream while he live streams, but he's like the one person on Twitch I follow. Him and a friend of mine. Why? Can I talk about the Department of Education? Yeah, Republicans have repeatedly said that they plan to gut the Department of Education. We've already seen, they're also banning books in various states. I don't know why you guys are so pressed to make everyone less educated. You understand that like fundamentally undermines any claim you have to being based on reality, right? Like people existing in reality, engaging with facts in good faith, don't feel the need to ban books, like educational books. They want to send education to the states. People who are less education become Republicans because they're easier to manipulate. That is true. And that is demonstrated by the data, guys. How does it feel to be exactly what everyone says about you? So easy to manipulate. It's like so easy. So easy to manipulate. I'm sure some Harris supporters are shaving their head, Grimes. I'm sure are. They are. You thought it was about school book about grape? No, they've been banning a hell of a lot of books that have no mention of grape. They also refused to ban the Bible, which does have a lot of grape in it. That's what's confusing to me. If it's about banning violence in books, you got to start with the OG, the Bible. They're banning books about hair. There you go. Thank you, Chris. Thank you, Chris. Thank you for the roses and the heart me. Thank you, Cyberman. Thank you for the let 'em cook. And the rose. Thank you, guys. And we heal. What are you, a Trump supporter? No, I'm not meeting a Trump supporter in person. What? We heal? Yeah, danger. That's so dangerous. My heart just skipped a beat. Are you kidding me? That's like terrifying. I'm not meeting strangers from the internet. I've gotten enough death threats on here to know that I'm not going to do that. Sorry. Maybe once you get your compadres to chill the fuck out on threatening my life anytime I say something that MAGA doesn't like, which is usually the really tame stuff. It's funny because I don't seem to get the death threats when I make jokes about abortion and stuff and how I'm going to go name my abortion after you. But I get death threats when I do something simple like read a law that was written by Republicans or read out an actual quote by Trump. That's when I get the most threats, ironically. Yeah, I'm not stupid enough to meet a stranger from the internet and stuff. I didn't share an election prediction map, Vanessa. Not my election prediction map. Specifically, never did. I was asked repeatedly what my prediction was, and I repeatedly said I don't have one. Yeah, they do, Blu-ray. Someone's trying to right now. User. Cyberman 1984 apparently wants to meet me in person. Most liberals wear glasses because they can't see reality. That's interesting. So you're telling me, Jay, that when conservatives lose their eyesight, which happens to like a very large percentage of the country, they don't put glasses on? Wouldn't that mean that you guys have a lot more trouble seeing reality? I put glasses on so I can see clearly. What the fuck do you do when your eyesight starts to go? Huh. That's an interesting bit of logic. I had a map up showing blue text. Yeah, that wasn't my prediction map, Vanessa. We had guests up here who were like throwing up their things. Actually, at one point we started throwing up. I know. Yeah, we started throwing up election maps that would trigger MAGA specifically. No one was in here actually predicting Texas would go blue. Don't worry. We did it because it would piss you off. We thought it'd be funny. And it was. It is. Cope harder. What do you mean cope harder, Mike? You won. We won. Good job. See, I just said we won. You won. Yeah, I'm sure we did. So exciting. Yeah, it was, Vanessa. Yeah, I'm correcting myself. You're right. I forgot that we threw up some funny blue states to trigger MAGA. You're right. I forgot about that. I'm correcting myself now. See, this is what it looks like to admit when you made a mistake. I know it's something completely foreign to MAGA. You guys really fucking hate that. I know. It's crazy that the winners of this election are in here still talking about how 2020 was stolen. If they're that easily stolen, who's to say you didn't steal this one? Why wouldn't we have stolen it this year? It's not updating again. Wait, is it working now, TZ? Yeah, it's still working. The mustache is already coming in on this one. Is it? Thank you. I've been working real hard on it. Thank you so much. I can't wait to grow my body hair long. My simp loves my body hair, just so you know. YouTube chat seems to be... Why is it doing that? Sorry, I don't know why. Social Stream Ninja is just not as good as they say, apparently. It's just not. What did he say? Roasted. I'm sorry. I just had to scroll down. That is nasty as fuck. Yes. My body hair? Good. I mean, I'm just hoping MAGA doesn't touch me. Are you kidding me? You guys have been parading around with signs that say your body, my choice all for the last couple of days. So I'm gonna make the choice real easy for you. I'm gonna grow my body hair real long. I'm gonna make the choice. I'm gonna make the choice one that works in my favor. I'm glad you're disgusted. I don't want you touching me. That's what you guys don't seem to understand. I don't want you touching me. So if I gotta grow out my body hair to make that happen, that's what I'm gonna do. Yeah, right, honeys? It is crazy. Her economic plan was really good for the middle class. It's too bad that we're not going to be able to get that. Good, Chris. Good. I saw some people some MAGA holding signs talking about owning women, that women are property. This was yesterday, 2 days ago? Yesterday, I think. So I'm going to make myself real undesirable. I don't want you to want me. Yeah, I have proof. Although that might get me, unfortunately, in trouble on here. If I show you proof, are you going to admit that MAGA is terrible? Are you going to admit it? Are you going to admit? Yeah. Sure? Okay, I'll hold you to that. Yeah, I saw it on here too. Let me see. I can pull this up here, I think, pretty easily. Browser. Where are we? Sorry, I'm just pulling it up. I can't wait for you guys to admit that MAGA is terrible. I have it right here. Okay, let me see. How can I pull it up here? Oops. Firefox window. Do. Transform. Fit this green. There we go. Women are property. Sign on Texas campus goes viral. Here we go. How's this? Yeah, this is going to get me banned. Women are property. You see it right there? I can't keep it on screen for very long because it's going to get me in trouble. Do you see that? Right there. Oh, that. It's just a joke. Oh, okay. So you're going to admit. So I'm right. So you're going to acknowledge that MAGA is terrible? It's just a joke. Okay. Why is it? I mean, Jesus. Fine. It's just a joke. You're a bad person for it. It's funny how you guys can make jokes like that, but as soon as we say something about like white men, all of a sudden it's, how dare you? Bad person, terrible comedian. Yeah. You guys agreed. Okay. Oh, okay. So now it's so a whole party can be judged by one person, right? No, you agreed that if I could produce the sign that said this, you would admit that MAGA is terrible. You agreed. Now you're pivoting because I provided the proof. So admit it. Admit it. You laughed when he called you garbage. It's because, yeah, it was true. You guys called Puerto Rico garbage. Yeah, we gave you proof. Of course they're pivoting. You guys agreed that if I provided the proof of the sign, you would agree that MAGA is terrible. And all of a sudden I provide the proof and you got so many excuses for it. Huh. No one called Puerto Rico garbage. I'm sorry, what? He said a floating pile of, maybe he said trash. Was it trash? No, I think he said garbage. Floating thing of garbage. Island of garbage. You didn't vote at all, John? I hope you know that whether or not you voted is public record. We can't see who you voted for, but we can see if you didn't show up. The women in your life will know. Can know, I should say. Yeah, Louise. No, insult me. Go for it. Insult me. You're not a nasty person. Kat, do you admit MAGA is terrible? You said you would admit it if I provided proof, and I provided proof. Do you admit it? It is his right not to vote if he doesn't want to. And it's our right to judge people who couldn't bother to show up for women in their lives. People of color in their lives. Yeah, nothing wrong with nasty. I have a sweatshirt that says nasty woman. I'm a proud nasty woman. No, don't mute Kat. Don't mute Kat. Naz, I want to hear what she said. I want her to acknowledge it. Don't mute Kat, please. I'm talking to her. Sorry, Kat, you just got muted. So if you acknowledged that, did you unmute her? Has she been unmuted yet? You have zero right? You have zero right to have opinions about people? That's crazy. I'm sorry. I have zero right to have an opinion about someone? What? That's really what you're going for? Oh, sorry. Whoops. No, we were showing the sign. I can't show the sign because it'll get me in trouble because of the hate speech that's involved with it. But, sorry. Sorry, we were just showing my sandwich making game on point. Oh, that's a funny joke. Is she unmuted yet? Me too. I love good sandwiches. Oh, here, wait. I think I can do it. Unmute. Here we go. Okay, I got it. Okay, I think I just unmuted it. Sorry, Kat, you got muted. So when you said you were muted, when I'm sure you said you acknowledged that MAGA is terrible. Your mom will? Okay. I don't know, Uncle Hot Dogs. I'm not sure comfy. She's not going after your First Amendment, Kai. So someone came in here and explained that the whole thing that people are acting like Kamala's going after your First Amendment is because she said it's not a right, it's a privilege. She was speaking, I believe, we confirmed this yesterday, that it's not a right in every country. So it's a privilege to be an American with the right, with a constitutionally guaranteed right to free speech. She was also warning that, MAGA, people who are willing to basically undo our democratic establishments and pieces of our fucking country's government stuff are also not worried about, infringing on our rights to free speech. Donald Trump has talked about jailing people who disagree with him politically. That's infringing on free speech, by the way. That goes against the First Amendment, to be arrested, prison, jailed, whatever, for speaking out against the president or someone in the government. Did Clinton joke about jailing people too? I don't know. Was Clinton running in this election? I must have missed that. That's crazy. Huh. When did he say that? Jesus. He said it on multiple occasions, guys. The fact that you don't pay attention is not my fault. You elected the guy. You should probably be listening to him more. Let's see. Oops. Here you go. Oops. How's that? It's AP News. Show a clip of him saying it. I mean, really? You guys don't? Okay. Keep changing. You keep changing and moving the goalposts, huh? Way to pivot. I might get in trouble for playing this.
Can you imagine President Xi? Thank goodness he was in a good mood. He's listening that we have no ammunition. Do you think he likes that sound? That's a beautiful sound to him. I said, why would you say it? Okay, medic, please. Doctor, thank you.
Oh, wait, this is the attendee fainting. Oh, God, they don't put the same video on. This is so annoying. Oh, no. Okay, he said it on, he posted it on Truth Social. When I win, those people that cheated will be prosecuted to the full extent of the law, which will include long-term prison sentences, so that the depravity of justice doesn't happen again. He's still making shit up. Trump himself acknowledged that he lost the election in 2020. We want him to be terrible so bad. You guys are the ones who are claiming he didn't say stuff he said. I'm literally just providing his words. You love him. You should love that he said this. Don't you love him for saying this? You voted for the guy. He won. Congratulations. This man won because of you. Congratulations. Congratulations. You got exactly what you wanted. You got exactly what you wanted. I don't know why you're so upset. I'm literally just showing you what he said. You should love it. Who cares what he says? Nobody is perfect. Okay, why didn't you vote for Kamala? Why didn't you vote for Kamala Harris? Let's see. Nobody's perfect. All right. Low taxes, energy independence. We'll see about that. Okay. I'm looking forward to those tariffs. I'm looking forward to them. I'm looking forward to you guys getting everything you voted for. I really am. I can leave. If things get bad in this country, I can actually leave really easily. I have dual citizenship and stuff. I mean, I'm probably not. I'm going to avoid it as long as I can because I actually want to be able to help. I actually want to be able to help the Americans that you guys end up failing. But I'm excited for you guys to get what you voted for. Just leave now. Nobody cares. It seems like you leave. It seems like you care. You care deeply. Oh, I'm not going to Canada. Don't you worry. Please leave. Okay. Does it bother you that I am an immigrant and I don't have to leave? You gonna try to deport me? You fucking can't, dudes. Good luck with that. Good luck with it. I also voted because I'm also a citizen. I'm an American citizen. And I'm an immigrant and I voted. We did lose. Yeah, we did lose. Yep. We voted and we lost. And we can accept it. Unlike you guys are still in here crying about 2020. You just won an election and all you want to do is play the victim. So guess what? We get to be the victims now. We get to be the victims. For the next at least 2 years, probably 4, we get to be the victims now. You guys don't get to bitch anymore. Yes, the No Kings Act that Schumer's trying to pass. Yeah, I think it's good. We are optimistic for the future. Gert, I've said repeatedly, I hope I'm wrong. I hope Trump does incredible things for us. I really do. I really do. I hope that Republicans in Congress do incredible things for us. I really do. I don't want my life to get worse. I really don't. I don't know why you think I want my life to get worse. I really hope it doesn't. I hope it gets better, for sure. But I also, to be clear, I also hope life gets better for most Americans. I don't want my life to get better and for it to get worse for everyone else. I want life to get better for most Americans. Absolutely. I'm looking forward to it. I really, really hope you're right. I really do. Yeah, I really hope that those tariffs work out. I really do. Stop spamming, user. Stop spamming. All right, let's block the spammer. Protests aren't riots. Peaceful protests are peaceful protests. They're protected by the First Amendment to the Constitution, the one that you guys keep claiming that Kamala wanted to do away with or whatever. Yet, ironically, you guys keep trying to limit. You guys protesting, peaceful protest is protected as a First Amendment right. What isn't protected is trespassing, breaking into a building, like the Capitol. What's not legal is breaking past barricades, breaking windows. That's not legal. But peaceful protest is perfectly legal and is protected by the First Amendment. What city burned down, Steely? I don't remember any cities burning down. Huh. As far as I can remember. Yeah. All the cities still here. Still here. Yeah, what city burned down? What city was in place that got burned down? I must have missed that, literally. You live in the city that burned down? How do you live? Do you just live in a pile of ash or what? Then maybe you, the left, might have an... That's not what I said. I said he pisses off enough people that someone might take another shot. Not lefties. Every other building is boarded and scorched. Wow. Thank you, zombie. Thank you for the hand heart. Is someone initiating a petition to prevent him from taking office? Is that happening? Petitions are also perfectly legal. Don't worry, a petition can't stop an election. That's not a thing. People can sign the petition. You don't have to get upset about it. Yeah, guys, go out and celebrate with all your family and friends. Thank you, zombie. I'm glad it's helping. Oh, I mean, a recount should be fine, right? Recounts should be fine. Not a revote, dude. Recounts should be fine. If everything is fair and fine, you can recount as many times as you want and nothing will be different. So no one should be afraid of recounts. Exactly. The people already signed the petition. It's called the election. I'm just saying, I'm not even saying that there has to be a recount. For me, right now, I just support every ballot being counted because right now there's like a bunch of ballots that are like not being counted in some places. Not enough to like turn the results or anything. That's not what I'm saying. But like every single ballot should be counted. But people are saying, people are demanding a recount. Okay, who cares? Let them recount, right? I think Trump won. I believe that Trump won. I think a recount would show that. So, Ricky, the ACLU came out with some statements, and there's basically, right now in Pennsylvania at least, there's a bunch of mail-in ballots. They allow you to track your ballot online. Most states have like a ballot tracker for mail-ins at the very least that tells you like if they received your ballot and if it was counted and stuff. So people are able to look up and see the things. And apparently like several thousand mail-in ballots in PA have been challenged. So basically some MAGA sent like thousands of challenges for ballots that they saw were coming, mail-in. So the ACLU is just saying like, it's the law. You got to count all of them. You can't just like challenge ballots willy-nilly and not count them. So they haven't counted 10 times already. Stop making shit up. You really think they could count 10 times already? That's Jesus. You remember how long it took to count ballots last year? You think they did that 10 times? Boy, what I wouldn't give to live in your world, in your brain. Yeah, guys, I'm not like denying that. He won. He won. Why are you guys so upset? Some people are trying to, someone came in here and said that they're signing a petition for a recount. And I'm saying, okay, let them recount. It's not going to change anything, probably. It's really not going to change anything. So I don't know. I'm fine with a recount. I think he won. I say he won. A recount should not upset you. PA took 4 days last year to count the votes. Yeah. They have not been counted 10 times. Yes, exactly, PM. People are in here to be mad because they won. They're very upset about winning. Uh-oh. Shit. Sorry, TZ. Good night, John. Yeah, I know, right, Heather? It sounds like MAGA really wanted to lose so that they could try to stage another coup. It sounds like it. It sounds like you really wanted another chance. So you could claim that it was stolen again, I guess? Who's self-diagnosing? Which reminds me. Mm-mm-mm. Conservative mistresses. Okay, I'm gonna save this video. I have to generate captions on this video. I was gonna post. Yeah, right, Seaberg? I know. You guys aren't the underdogs. You're in the majority. You're in power. You won. You have literally control over all 3 branches of government. You're just not the victims anymore. Sorry. We get to be the victims now. You're not the underdogs, guys. You're in the majority. You won all 3 branches of government. You are not the underdogs. Yeah, Liam, I know. Well, I'm saying you guys like keep talking about yourselves as victims. You guys keep you keep acting like victims. You won. You're in power. Like you're the majority of people. You won the election. Like stop acting like victims. It's like, what are you talking about? And I'm saying that we get to complain now. We're the ones who get to complain. We're still oppressing you. How are you oppressed? You just won all 3 fucking branches. We're still at war spiritual. How the fuck are you oppressed? You just won, like, handily. Handily. You got the presidency. You got the Supreme Court. You've had the Supreme Court for a few years now. And you have now also Congress. How the fuck are we oppressing you? You're starting to sound. Do you realize how that's a little ridiculous, guys? Hi, puppy. Mm-mm. You guys already have the majority hold of the Supreme Court. That's honestly the biggest fuckery, the biggest like concern. Trump is gonna like really just put in a couple of really young justices. Yeah, how are the winners of the election who are gonna be in control of the fucking government suppressed? How the fuck are you guys oppressed? Yeah, scroll away and I'll stop oppressing you. It's wild. You guys won. You're in the majority. You have all three branches of government. Me? No, I'm not planning on shaving my head. I've always kind of wanted to, but no, probably not. Because my hair looks really nice. I'm getting a lot of compliments on my hair lately. So. Yeah, PM. I think so. I think it's not gonna go as planned. So many people. You're feeling so goddamn impressed. Okay, why don't you just leave, Padre? Do you want me to block you, Padre? To help? Is it if you're feeling so oppressed in here? I don't want you to feel oppressed. You're obviously not. Okay. But you should probably leave then. If this chat is making you this chat that is full of MAGA is making you feel so oppressed. Oh, Padre is a troll. All MAGA is a troll. MAGA's mad because like they exist to troll. They voted for Trump to trigger the libs, to upset the libs. And when we aren't like trying to stage a coup or anything like that, it upsets them because they wanted more of a reaction out of us. And we're just sitting back and like we're upset. Listen, we're upset. It's okay to show that you're upset. Whatever. I'm not trying to say that people aren't crying or that they shouldn't show their heartbreak. Absolutely. But like we don't channel it like at bullying them. And they're mad about that. I think they really wanted us to like lash out at them really in the ways that they do. I don't know. Well, it seems like it, Padre. It seems, I mean, I don't know. Well, you got what you voted for, so why are you still complaining? That's my point. If you got what you wanted, why are you complaining so much? So that's what I'm saying. It's like if you're to be complaining this much, you must have been disappointed in some way, shape, or form. And it seems like, I mean, you guys talk a lot about owning the libs, so I gotta assume, is that what's upsetting? You tell me, why are you mad that you won? You want to gloat? I mean, go, sure, if you want to gloat, but like, why be mean about it, I guess? But, why not gloat in spaces, in like your own spaces? Why are you trying to derail people just like having a conversation? You guys won, I guess. Let me fall to obscurity. Yeah, go for it. So you're rubbing it in my face. Okay. I don't know how winning an election somehow disproves being racist or fascist. I don't know how that. A lot of pretty terrible people have won elections before. That doesn't make them any less terrible. But okay. Stop stuttering. No, I'm tired, man. I'm exhausted. I live streamed all the results like 2 nights ago. I am sleep deprived. So yeah, I'm like stumbling over my words because of it. Thank you, Danny. Why am I on the live? Or are you saying that? Why am I live? Because a lot of people have thanked me for creating like a nice live for them. What do you mean? Why are you watching my live? I make money from this too. People send me gifts. TikTok, I get paid from views because I'm part of the TikTok Creator Fund. Thank you, Cyberman. Thank you for the rose. Zombie, thank you for the hand heart. I don't know why. I mean, like, why aren't you in MAGA lives asking? Thank you, God. Thank you for the ice cream cone. Tuesday, thank you for the roses. Why aren't you in MAGA lives asking them why they're live? It's not as fun? Right. Okay, so proving my point. You guys won and you still want to just go around and like you're just out here trying to get a rise out of people. Maybe, Dylan. We didn't try to get a rise out of you, Dylan. We tried to like protect people. We tried to pass policies that would like protect people. Trying to get a rise out of you. Come on. Yeah. Have you been to America? Thank you, Tuesdays. Hypocrisy. Why are you so mad? Guys, you won the election. Good job. Why are you so mad? Dylan, I don't think you understand who passes policy and how. You understand policy, laws is legislated in the legislative branch, that's Congress. Stop spamming. Stop repeating the same thing. And I keep saying, I'm not here to debate you guys. I'm just waiting. I've been waiting for MAGA to like lose energy. Checks and balances, look it up. What about checks and balances? What point? You don't have a point. Our Congress has been at a fucking standstill for years mainly because of fucking Republican obstructionism. Like they literally would refuse. They were the ones, by the way, who like Mike Johnson refused to like bring Congress back into session to pass more aid for the like hurricanes and stuff, Hurricane Milton and shit. Those were Republicans. Do you guys not know how anything's? I mean, it's fine. Again, you guys won. I can't wait to see what you guys do. I can't wait. You won. Good job. You guys have made me kind of MAGA. I'm actually really excited to see what Trump does to you. I'm actually pretty excited about it. You did it. Congrats. Source on what? Laws? Congressional? On Mike Johnson? Google Mike Johnson. I'll do it. I'll pull it up for you. Mike Johnson. They literally, they say this. God, I can't believe how much you guys just don't pay attention to what Republicans say. Like, these are your people. Why not actually pay attention to what they say? Here. Here you go. He refused to bring Congress back in session. And didn't want to pass additional hurricane aid. There you go. No, sorry, Big Val. Fully unupdated. Damn it. See? Now apologize to me. Maybe, Zena. Maybe. No, that was not Wikipedia. You don't even know what Wikipedia looks like? Guys, like I said, you won. I'm really excited to see what you guys do now. I'm really excited to see what Republicans do. Really excited. You should apologize to me. And I did, DPS. I brought up the source. Apologize to me. Apologize to me. Don't block that. It's fine. We don't have to block them just for, I mean, I guess fine is whatever. Who cares? I do, this isn't, I don't know why MAGA's so triggered. I don't know why you're so upset still. Guys, you won. Good job. I'm really excited to see what y'all do with it. I'm really excited. Yep, I'm really excited to see what happens. What was the thing with Supreme Court and abortion pills? So basically a bunch of, doctors and anti-choice activists sued to basically ban mifepristone and stuff. And the Supreme Court ruled that because they had not been injured, like that's the, legal term, they had not, been on the receiving end of any negative consequences from they sued the FDA, basically trying to ban mifepristone. And they said since they couldn't prove injury, that they had no standing. So they basically were like, find someone who was injured, and then you can try to bring the suit again. So what they did was, was it Idaho, Kansas, and Missouri, I think it is. They have re-brought the suit. They're suing the FDA for mifepristone. They claim that the reason they're injured by mifepristone being legal and being accessible to people is because, and I shit you not, this is written in their legal brief. I'll pull it up because I know some of you guys are gonna pretend like it's not true. It says that they're injured by people being able to get access to abortion, like mifepristone, because it lowers teenage pregnancy rates, which means that their population doesn't grow as quickly, which affects their economy, their ability to receive federal funding. Talk about fucking welfare state, guys. And it affects and it can affect the number of people they have, representatives they have in Congress. They said this in a lawsuit. So that's what's going on. Source? I'll pull it up right now. I'll pull up the actual legal brief that they filed for you. So you don't have to take my word for it. You can literally take their word for it. And then what are you going to do? When I prove it, are you going to finally acknowledge that you're wrong, that you're terrible? Where's the actual brief? I downloaded it to my phone. Where are you? I'm on the Idaho Capitol Sun. Here we go. Here's the actual lawsuit. All right, let me see. Here we go. Okay, so you can see here, this is the actual lawsuit right? Thank you, Brandon. Don't listen to me. This was filed, as you can see. I'm going to dismiss. State of Missouri, state of Kansas, state of Idaho. Okay? This is their lawsuit. Oh, a bunch of them left. Oh, they left. Oh, MAGA left because they were going to fucking prove them wrong. The Biden TikTok ban? You mean the ban that was spearheaded by Republicans? Trump tried to pass unilaterally first with an executive order? Oh, okay. Sorry, snooze. Who cares? Okay. I mean, they asked me for this. They asked me for information on this. I was going to provide it, but I guess, yeah, MAGA can't deal with facts. Okay. When they come back and try to act as though they're not trying to basically limit our access to abortion, we'll happily pull it back up, I guess. Thoughts on 4B? Women can do whatever the fuck they want. I support it. I support women doing whatever they want. Thank you, Sneeze. You wanted to see? I've posted a couple of things about it already, but so basically, this is the legal brief, right, that they filed. They are suing the FDA for basically, you know, they want the FDA to unapprove mifepristone. So it's like 80 something pages long, I think. If you go down, 194. Let me see, what page was it on? I know how to do this. Find teenage. Here we go. So here they go. All you got to do is search teenage, and you can find right here where they're arguing a loss of potential population causes further injuries as well. The diminishment of political representation and loss of federal funds, such as potentially losing a seat in Congress or qualifying for less federal funding if their populations are reduced or their increase diminished. So they're suing because, yeah, so they're trying to say, and up here they specifically talk about teenagers. Oh, here they're pointing out that in states that have long driving distances to access abortion, it limits, they're less likely to, right? So they're like, look, the problem is with mifepristone is that it's too accessible. It makes a woman's right to choose too accessible. And they quote this study that shows that in states where there's like long driving distances and stuff, and even though like teenagers are more likely to drive, you know, distance, whatever, they're saying we want it to be harder because making it available for them to access mifepristone, like online or or do what is called a self-managed abortion, it's too easy. They're like, it's too easy. And we want it to be hard for them. So we want it to be like, we want to make it as difficult as possible. Here we go. In an average increase in driving distance of this is the thing where they're talking about the actual increases and how that affects it. It is relatively easy. So they're also trying to say that it's too easy. If you're next to a state that allows it still, then it's too easy for women to get an abortion, or teenage girls. Sorry, I should say AB because it's whatever. So, you know, they are literally arguing that it's too easy for teenagers to get ABs in red states that neighbor blue states that allow it. Like they're setting the groundwork. They're laying the groundwork to go after sorry, I just realized that it wasn't visible on the horizontal screen. They're setting the groundwork to go after abortion AB countrywide, nationwide. They want to farm humans. It's some states that are suing, Steve, but they're suing the FDA, which is a federal administration, and they're laying the groundwork in this legal thing. They're laying the groundwork. They're saying that basically AB is too easy to access in red states if they neighbor blue states. So basically they're like, as you can see, if teenagers can easily drive across the border to a state to access AB, then the rates of AB remain, higher than in states where they have to drive a really long time or can't just go over the border to get an AB. They're laying the groundwork to basically first, they're going to start with travel bans, right? They're going to start with banning interstate travel for women to seek an AB, which they're already doing. Various states are trying to pass legislation right now that bans travel between states or like to leave a state in order to get an AB. They're trying to make it so that basically federally it is illegal. They say they want it for states' rights, but they claim states' rights when it's convenient, but then in practice they don't actually do very much. They don't respect states' rights at all. Like they sued when California passed some regulations on like electric vehicles and stuff and vehicle emissions. They sued because they're like, no, that like California making its own regulations infringes on the federal government's right to regulate these things. Like they don't believe in states' rights. Anytime a blue state attempts to exercise its own rights to regulate its own stuff, like completely leaving them the fuck alone, they sue. They sue to not let them do that. It's a lie. They said themselves they wouldn't now you want to believe them. I have been quoting Republican politicians all night, and every time, including Trump, I've pulled up actual quotes of theirs. Every time I pull it up, you guys say, that's not what they meant. That's not what they meant. They just said it. It's a joke. It's a joke. But now you're saying, no, but they said that they wouldn't regulate. And now you expect me to take them at face value? You want me to take them at their word? I'm sorry. How does that work? How do you know when they're lying and when they're telling the truth? All of a sudden, you know that they're telling the truth. Everything else I've been asking about, I've been pointing to. Every quote that they said, we're going to do this, we're going to do that, you said it's a lie. As soon as it's this and they say, oh, we're not going to touch abortion, which, by the way, that's what the Supreme Court justices said, and then they were sworn in, and then they did exactly what they said they weren't going to do. Make it make sense. They want cheap labor. Yes, correct. Easy to exploit labor. It's a lot easier to exploit teenagers with children than it is to exploit women who got a full education because they were able to choose if and when to start a family. It's a lot easier to exploit teenagers. Boys too, by the way. Boys that have to drop out of college to go work, to do, a minimum wage, like entry-level job to help support the girlfriend that they, knocked up. It's a lot easier to control people like that. They're a lot easier to exploit and get cheap labor out of than people who are able to get an education and choose when to actually start a family, to like save up money, work a job, save up money, and then only choose to have children when they can economically, like, comfortably make it work. It's all about exploitation. They don't give a shit about you guys. If they did, they would probably, provide a lot more support for single mothers and stuff. But you guys don't like that either. So I am too, Snooze. I am too. I have zero clue what I'm talking about. I literally pulled up the legal brief, the actual legal filing from them. And also, what do you mean I don't know what I'm talking about? It happened. You saying that it's not true that the Supreme Court justices, while being questioned, said that they would not, overturn Roe v. Wade and then did? Are you denying reality? You really denying reality? Like, I'm not even giving an opinion right now. I'm literally just repeating history. I was reading. Yeah, you can look up. So if you search like Idaho, mifepristone, FDA, legal filing, for example, basically the states are, it's hard to find it directly. Some articles have links to it, basically. But I can tell you also the actual website it's on is, let's see. The actual website is on storage.courtlistener.com. This is gov.uscourts.txnd. So it's a Texas court website, but it's a super long thing. But if you look up like Idaho mifepristone FDA lawsuit or something like that and start clicking on the articles, one of them will have like a link that'll get you to this one. This just happened like 2 weeks ago. But this is Republican governors in red states trying to sue to basically ban mifepristone. And if you read the brief, it's a very long brief, but I pulled out some things and I read it out to you guys. You can see that their arguments are setting the stage for basically like limiting abortion in other states. They're like, they're not going to stop it. You know, they keep claiming states' rights. It's not what they're going to fucking do. The Supreme Court justices are, because Roe versus Wade is Supreme Court shit. What do you mean? No, Democrats have not been in power for 4 years. Biden has been the president for 4 years. You guys need to really look up how Congress works and who writes laws in this country. This is a legal brief, guys. This is literally a legal brief. Here's the first page of it. It's like 200 pages long. This is the legal brief. It's on Texas' own website. It's on a Texas, like, court fucking website. I have a partner. Yeah. Yeah, it's technically a legal filing. It's not legal brief. I keep saying legal brief. Legal filing. Well, I'm not on 24/7, Conley. The Supreme Court made the decision to overturn Roe v. Wade. Yeah. I think it's a good idea, Shaylee. I think it's I don't think it's gonna last long term because people have lives and not everyone can like wear jewelry and all that stuff. But I think it's a nice idea. I was looking at blue bracelets today. I will say personally, I don't wear a lot of blue. I'm wearing blue today, sort of. I don't wear a lot of blue, so I was like, but I'm going to do it. Read the opinion. They're two separate things, Grant. This is a lawsuit currently occurring. This is not Roe v. Wade. This legal filing is not Roe v. Wade. This was filed like 2 weeks ago. Filed 10/11/24. So it was filed October 11th. So 3 weeks ago. He couldn't, Mallory. That's not how the government works. Biden can't. That's not how the government works. The fact that you don't fucking know that is depressing as all hell. Republicans blocked Garland when Obama was attempting to appoint him. Yes, correct. So the lawsuit is Idaho, the state of Missouri, Kansas, and Idaho are suing the FDA for, basically they want to ban mifepristone, which is the abortion pill, right? So they already tried to do this once. Here, let me move this so I can like speak to you guys face to face, eye to eye. They already tried to do this once. Whoops. And is that okay? Can you guys read that? Can you guys read the thing when it's here? Stop spamming, Reverie. Stop spamming. Can we block Reverie? Stop spamming. And also, guys, please report spam. And report hate speech. This was spam. Guys, report the hate speech. Report the hate speech, please. Report the hate speech. And take a screenshot also. Thank you all for reporting the hate speech. Report the hate speech. Okay. Now you're blocked. I hope everyone report the hate speech. Please report the hate speech. Thank you. I've been growing out for years, Tiny Tim. Thank you for the heart me and the heart puffs, Claudia. Please report the hate speech, guys. It helps if multiple of us report it. Okay. Anyway. So this is a lawsuit. So basically, originally, this lawsuit was filed by a couple of doctors and some like anti-choice activists. Basically, it was just like anti-choice activists in Texas sued the FDA for approving mifepristone, which is the AB pill. And the Supreme Court was like, technically, legally, the Supreme Court basically had to throw it out. And they said, basically they gave instructions for it. And I think I posted about this at the time. I might have just said it in my live stream, but I always hate shit like this. The Supreme Court basically gave them instructions on how to refile the suit because they were like, this legal suit has no standing because none of the plaintiffs, those are the people who are suing the FDA, can prove injury, right? They're like, mifepristone, you can't prove that mifepristone has done anything negative to you, has negatively affected you directly, so you can't bring the suit. But if someone were to bring suit who could argue that they were harmed by the fact that mifepristone is legal, then we can try this again. So they were like, all right, bet. So basically, this is the newly refiled one as of like 3 weeks ago, where the new plaintiffs are, instead of just the AB anti-choice like activists and stuff, the plaintiffs are 3 states. Idaho, Missouri, the attorney generals from the states. Idaho, Kansas, and Missouri. And they are arguing, sorry, I've got to like refresh the chat on YouTube again. What is going on? So they're suing and they're arguing that the way they were harmed by mifepristone, was they're arguing that basically less teen pregnancy in their states harms their economy, and that women being able to access mifepristone and AB harms their political representation in Congress. They're like, we need more people because we get more federal funds if our population is higher, and we get more representation in Congress if our population is higher. So it hurts us for teenagers to be able to get ABs. They also use, they specifically talk about teenagers. Again, like I pulled it up before. It is a wild argument. It is wild. It is sick. It is really sick. And they specifically talk about teen pregnancy. I'll pull it up again. They specifically talk about teen pregnancy, and they use, so what we were talking about earlier is they use these arguments that talking about like long driving distances and stuff, and up here, it's a really long lawsuit. It's like almost 200 pages long. So the removal of in-person, So here they are. They're talking about studies that show how many ways you can decrease or like limit access to AB. And they're like showing like, so when you change this, like more AB occurs. When you change this, less AB occurs, right? And so they're listing all these things. And among these things that they're listing, they're saying like long driving distances between states or within a state lowers numbers of AB, lowers numbers of AB. And so like if someone can just drive across the state line to another state to get an AB, they're more likely to get it than if they live in a state where they have to drive a long distance to get it, which is, that's very obvious, it's very clear, but there are studies that show it because you need studies to show that. And so they are laying the groundwork basically to argue that interstate travel to get AB should be outlawed. Which, by the way, they're already trying to pass. There's already bills in certain states where, or like even laws in certain states where they're trying to basically make it so that women cannot do interstate travel. But this lawsuit, this is a lawsuit on a federal level. They are suing the FDA, a federal agency, for approving the use of mifepristone, for just like allowing it to be used, because they say it makes it too easy for people to access AB. They are trying to make it so that the FDA cannot approve it like countrywide. They are not stopping at their borders, okay? They're not. If they were, they would just leave it well enough alone. They have already been able to set all the fucking limits that they want within their borders. They're trying to take this fight elsewhere, national. Okay? They're trying to make it hard for everyone to access things like mifepristone. They're trying to make it harder for women to travel across state borders to access things like mifepristone, but also like other types of AB. That is what they're doing. This is their lawsuit. I am not making this up. These are their words. Sorry, on TikTok it's down here. Whoops. Here. This is their lawsuit. I'm not making this up. Thank you. It's you, not me. Exactly, Dan. I'm not apologizing to be better. Everything I said about him was true. And the fact that you guys, and I said this before, but it's been a couple hours. The fact that you guys think that he was correct about things that people literally proved wrong just because Kamala Harris lost proves that he was part of the propaganda. That's not how facts work. He was proven wrong. He even apologized and acknowledged that he got facts wrong, that he didn't have all the information correct. He said that. He got it wrong. Kamala losing doesn't prove him right because he said factually incorrect things that were just part. Do you think we should apologize to Fox News? Let me ask that. Should we apologize to Fox News? Because he just literally parroted what Fox News was saying. So he was part of the propaganda. He was part of the effort that ultimately lost her the election. No one owes him an apology. And what I said, by the way, I'm literally, at this point, I'm defending the people who did all that. What I posted about was where his family gets their money from, which is still true, even if you disagree. Whether, Kamala wins or loses, it is still true that his family benefited directly from no bid contracts under the Trump administration. They made lots of money. So that still remains true. What are the odds that they win this lawsuit? I don't know, Seeking. The fact that there was, I am less hopeful now because the fact that I feel like the Supreme Court has done some terrible things, but they started chilling out on a couple of decisions, specifically because they realized that there was huge backlash. There was a huge blue wave in the midterms and whatnot, and then obviously Biden won last time around. I think the fact that Republicans won so handily this time around is going to make them realize we can do whatever the fuck we want. And they'll be mad about it maybe 2 years. And then it's fine. We have our tactics to make up for it. I think now after this election, thank you everyone, by the way. They're going to be even more emboldened to do whatever the hell they want. And also Trump is going to be able to pick if the oldest justices pass away or even just step down while Trump is in office, he's going to pick the rest of the Supreme Court basically. We're fucked. Thank you, Caglio. Thank you for the galaxy. Yeah, all these people who keep talking about or anti-AB, I don't see you guys adopting. If you're against AB, you better have adopted some kid, at least one. You better also be voting for policies that, give single mothers financial support. But you don't. You just insult them and call them like welfare or whatever. This stream should be titled Civics 101 from Brenna Press. God, with the way you guys pay teachers, no thank you. No thank you. Yeah, oh yeah. It's exactly, yes. If it was about pro-life, they would support the families. They would support the children, they would support the families. It's not about. It's anti-choice. It's just about being anti-choice. And like one thing, like I will say, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, the one thing that we like always say in here is all roads lead to trafficking, labor trafficking. Most people don't know that. Well, MAGA don't know this. They act as though, whatever. The most common form of trafficking around the world is labor trafficking, okay? It is labor trafficking. So all of these things, like ultimately all Republican policy and stuff basically just contributes to, just makes it easier to traffic people. It makes it easier to exploit people, okay? The more afraid you make people of going to authorities for whatever reason, the more, you leave them stuck in poverty. The more you leave them like uneducated and unable to to take advantage of, different options in their life. Like the fewer options they have for survival and the more afraid and dependent they are on just doing what the people in power tell them to, the easier they are to exploit. That's it. It's as simple as that. It's all roads lead to trafficking. And I'm not saying, the reason I'm clarifying, trafficking doesn't necessarily mean S trafficking, it means labor trafficking. Though S trafficking is included, of course. People seem to forget about Project 2025. Who's forgotten about Project 2025? They keep claiming that Project 2025 isn't real, so we'll see. I guess we'll see. Yeah, 15 an hour, that's sad. That is not good. That is not enough. Who's forgotten about Project 2025? Cops barely need an education in this country, too, which is crazy. Was that on the screen earlier? What? Yes and no. I got the Elgato Cam Link. You know, it's funny, my sister, so I bought the Elgato Cam Link before the election to use it because I'm on Philippe's camera. And I had mentioned to my sister, because my birthday's coming up in a few days, I had mentioned to her, she was like, what can I get you? I was like, oh, I don't know. Like, I looked at my wish list, my Amazon wish list, and I was like, well, this is what, she asked me do you need anything else for streaming? And I was like, I guess this, that, but I was like, it's too expensive. Don't buy me the thing. And I bought it and I didn't tell her that I bought it. And so it just got here yesterday. She bought me the same thing, the Elgato Cam Link. It's like $100. She's very sweet, very kind. So now I'm returning the one I bought and I'm going to use the one that she got me. What was in the news today? Ay, ay, ay. Heritage Foundation, yeah. Yep, Jennifer, yeah. All roads lead to trafficking with Republicans. It's just about taking advantage, making people easy to exploit. That's it. That's it. Why was Autumn blocked? Oh, really? Oh, shit. I'm sorry. I don't think... I'm not apologizing to be... He wasn't right, guys. He was part of the propaganda. The fact that you think he was right about stuff that was literally proven to be untrue. Like he said that Kamala Harris wasn't doing things that literally people pulled up and showed she was doing. The fact that you think he was right proves that he was part of the propaganda. Good job. You fell for it. Oops. Hey, hey. Oh, shoot. I just realized I have to... Does anyone want to hop up for a little bit? Oh, I got to do that again soon, Caglio. That's a good point. It's been a minute, hasn't it? Oh, damn. Thank you, PA. Do any... God, do you want to hop up? Anyone want to hop up? I gotta talk about politics. Well, I think I was saying the A-B word a little too much, unfortunately. I think I was... It's funny how twice now, the biggest drops we saw tonight were when I was asked for proof and I said, sure, I'll pull up the proof. And I started pulling up the proof. And then all of a sudden, MAGA just went whoom and left. Kind of crazy. Isn't that interesting how that works? Thank you, guys. Thank you for the gifts. Thank you, Ken, for the heart me and the little crown zombie. Thank you for the heart me. Claudia, thank you for the corgi. The corgi. What a cute little corgi. Yeah, their internet must have collectively just gone down. Oh, she's pulling up sources. Oh, that's where Verizon. Oh, outage. No, I don't, asshole. Be Better's family made millions of dollars from the Trump administration. I stand by that fact. I mean, it did. Listen, I'm not saying it's because I had proof. I'm just saying it's awfully coincidental that the two big drops in people in this stream happened when I was pulling up the evidence that I was asked for. When MAGA was like, that's not true. That's not true. Prove it. And I was like, cool. Happily. I turned around to go prove it. And all of a sudden, they're gone. It's funny. It's funny. Mm-mm-mm. Oh no, facts. What was Masshole saying? I don't care if they're, guys, I don't care. Don't block everyone who's MAGA. I don't really care. If you owe Be Better an apology. I welcome them trying to prove that. They just proved me right. I know, Caglio. Guys, just be a little bit more, don't block everyone. We block spammers and we block people who are like being, you know, super hateful and stuff. And then if it starts to get out of control, we can go like, you know, whatever. I really fucking hate it when they accuse me. I know, Caglio, but you know what that means. I really hate it when they come in here and accuse me of like shutting them down. Like, no, I'm happy to have MAGA in here and hear them out. I'm happy to have them say whatever the fuck they want to say. Same way, I'm now, listen, I acknowledge we lost the election. MAGA has won the election, so I am looking forward to seeing what happens. I am looking forward to it. I mean, you know, it's going to be fucking terrible, but I'm looking forward to it. Like, at this point, you kind of just got to go along with it, I guess. I don't even know. The borders are closed, Tristan. Immigration is lower. Border crossings are lower now than they were under Trump when he left office. So. Mm-hmm. Oh, I'm hungry. My stomach is grumbling. It's not a lie, Tristan. You don't know facts. That doesn't make them false. You can educate yourself. I know you won't, but you could if you cared. You don't care. I hope you get everything you voted for, Tristan. I'm really fucking looking forward to it. I'm really looking forward to it. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay, Tristan. How are MAGA gonna pay for all those fucking cavities they're about to get? I know y'all don't brush your teeth. They're taking the fluoride out of the water. What are you gonna do? You can barely afford like dental work as it is. Man, this is gonna be rough. It's gonna be real rough. I agree, Christian. All jobs should now be forced to hire felons. Well, not all, maybe, but. She didn't say that the border was open, Tristan. She said that the border policy must be passed. She didn't say that the border was open. But you don't know, you like understand so little of what border policy actually is. You use this like super short term that you were handed by this dude who knew you would just like parrot it. He knew how easy you were. So he gave you this short little term so you could say like borders open, borders open. You don't even know what that means. You don't know what that means. So when people talk about border policy, like you just think it all means border open, border closed. That's not how that works. The border was open under Trump, too. People could still enter the country under Trump. But the policies are like what makes differences. But the border, people still enter. Fluoride is not good. I know exactly how much education nurses need. You don't know, like, science, dude. I respect fucking nurses, and I appreciate their work during the pandemic, but I know how much education it requires to become a nurse, and I know some nurses that are not very smart. Love the work you do, but stick in your lane. You know what I mean? Stay in your fucking lane as a nurse. You do not know what fluoride does or doesn't do. I don't just want a girl in. Also, she's a woman. Oh, is that so? Okay, Flames. Like I said, I'm looking forward to it. I'm actually looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to everything happening that you guys want. You don't want fluoride in the water? I said, I'm looking forward to it. Let's see what happens. You know more than a TikToker? I have more years of education than you do. I can guarantee that. I do. Yeah, I can't even spell TikTok right. Yep. Yeah, a lot of nurses are also in MLMs. Yes. And honestly, part of it is, a lot of it is because the education requirements for being a nurse are relatively low, which doesn't, by the way, doesn't mean that the job, itself is any less valuable, that nurses are any less valuable. In the same way I think you should be able to, like, we should value minimum wage workers. Like, that doesn't define your value as a person. But the fact of the matter is, nursing requires less education. So it's a great job for individuals who cannot take, like, as much time out for education of their lives before they have to be, like, balancing, paying bills and shit like that, which is similar to MLMs. MLMs are great for, especially for women who want their own income, but cannot, for whatever reason, cannot easily take, like, 4 years out of their life, or even, 10 if you're going to be, like, a doctor, to be educated to an extent that other jobs require. It's a very accessible career path, especially for women. Yeah, the nurses, yeah, exactly, right, Jerry? $12. Thank you, Caglio. Sorry, I'm, like, uploading this video too. Conservative mistresses. I posted a silly little video while we were live, guys. If you want to go check it out. Man, I'm hungry. I'm getting hungry. I gotta figure out food. Does anyone know? God, the annoying thing with YouTube is that like it doesn't automatically turn monetization on every video. Like I have to go in and do it manually for some reason. Does anyone know why? Oh, because it has to like check it. Yeah. So I thought so. So I have to wait for it to check the video. What little treat? Ooh, I still have vanilla ice cream and root beer left over. Let's make another root beer float. Mm. Mm-mm-mm. Floaties are fire. I don't know what it's. They only had like one in my local store. Mm-hmm. Hi, Reese. Hi, baby. Philippe's coming over. It's gonna be crazy. Yeah. Oh yeah, where are you gonna go, Christian? Wait, is it ready? When is it coming out? When is it coming out? Am I ready? Oh boy. Oh, I've got food in my teeth. Why didn't you guys tell me? I had food in my teeth. Do I have food in my teeth or is it? I don't know what that was. Blood. Oh, might be. Yeah. Oh yeah, that is blood. There you go. Talking about fluoride. Because I've been clenching my teeth too much out of stress. I don't. Fluorosilicic acid, a liquid byproduct of... Yeah, what about it? Choose fluoride containing... What makes it poison, Bill? Just because you don't like the name of it doesn't make it poison. You also afraid of dihydrogen monoxide? But you catch my, you understand what I'm saying, right? That just because you don't like the name of it doesn't. Red 40 and yellow 5. Also, literally, like any substance, if you eat too much, if you eat too much vitamin C, yeah, it also becomes a poison in too much, in high amounts. But yeah, let's look up. So Japanese water has naturally occurring fluoride. It is not artificially. It is not artificially fluorided. It's what you remember about it. But what does that mean? What about that is dangerous? Why are you calling it poison is my point. Is it just because it's scary for you that it's like a byproduct? No, that's not. No, that is a lot of like things that we use are like byproducts. Like, let's see. I don't know if this is like easy to Google. Let's see. Agricultural byproducts used to make many household materials such as adhesives, plastic, wallpaper, plywood, glass, buttons, candles, paint, more. Oil and natural gas byproducts used to make plastics, lubricants, waxes, tars, asphalt, many types of fabrics. They're also used in everyday products like lipstick, deodorant, in MRI machines and pacemakers. So yeah, pacemakers technically are made from oil and natural gas byproducts. Are pacemakers poison? Like, do you want to ban pacemakers because they are made from byproducts? They wear hazmat suits. Well, again, Billy, like anything in high enough concentration, you have to becomes poisonous. You know what I mean? I don't know if I can say that. Poisonous. Anything, literally anything. That doesn't inherently mean that like teeny tiny, like most medication you take also has to be handled with like hazmat suits and shit. Like basically everything that you put in your body, too much oxygen is bad. Yeah, too much oxygen is bad. Literally, ozone is oxygen molecules that are like joined together in like 3 rather than 2. According to who, Billy? You gotta prove why you say fluorosilicic acid doesn't, because I'm seeing that it does. Let me see. Also, you want to take it out because you claim it's harmful. So why are you claiming it's harmful? Is it harmful to our teeth? Is it harmful to us? Because there's also, there's like a lot of minerals in water as well. There's like other minerals. There's lots of things in our water. Yeah, I was looking up fluoride in Japan. Flora. Let me see the specific one. Fluorosilicic. Silicic. Fluorosilicic. Fluorosilicic acid helps prevent tooth decay and promoting overall dental health. I'm just Googling it. Here. This is from the National Institutes of Health, the NIH. So it's like just a research thing. Consumer fact sheet. Do you... Oh, here's the thing. Okay. Oh, wait. Apparently, black tea, has fluoride in it, fluorosilicic acid. So does coffee, and it said it may vary from like the amount of water used. Let's see, oatmeal, bottled water. Yeah, so bottled water with added fluoride. 1 cup of that has less fluoride. I guess this is fluoride, fluorosilicic acid. Let me see. This is including lots of different ones. Then black tea and coffee and canned shrimp. There's also oatmeal, grapefruit, potatoes, rice, cottage cheese, pork chop, yogurt, lamb chop, da-da-da-da. Let's see. Oh, sorry. Hold on. Philippe's at the door. Sorry. Oh boy. Hi. Sorry. Wait, what? What toothpaste does? Yeah. Toothpaste does. I'm looking. So, okay, wait. I looked up fluorosilicic acid and it gave me just general. The NIH one is just like a general fact sheet about fluoride, which it seems that they are, let's see, sources of fluoride. They're including fluorosilicic acid as part of what they call fluoride. Whoops. God, I'm on a fucking Windows computer right now, and I keep using Mac shortcuts. Nope. Yeah, they're just using fluoride as a catch-all term. All right. Can you point me in the direction of any evidence of it being bad in the water? Wikipedia lists the safety data sheet on it. Okay, happily. A lot of people don't like it when I pull up Wikipedia on here. On water fluoridation, right? Or is it a different page? Here, fluorosilicic acid. I got it. Inorganic compound, chemical formula, da da da. Hexafluorosilicic acid is produced naturally on a large scale in volcanoes. So it also is naturally occurring. It is, so it's not just, it's like naturally occurring as well. Commercially, from fluoride-containing minerals, it also contains silicates. Blah, blah, blah. Hi, baby. Hi. Mwah. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I know he's here. I see him. Sorry, my dog's very excited. Her favorite person just showed up. The anhydrous variant. Oh boy. Okay, Riz, thank you. I know. We're so excited. Felipe is here. Oh my god. Oh my god. You see this? She's like so excited. She's trying to tell me. Felipe is here. Oh my god. I know. We're so excited. This is Rizzo, guys. Say hello. Okay, thank you. Trump won. Okay. You're saying look up the anhydrous version of it. Rizzo, I love you. Thank you so much. Just Google it. Rizzo. Yeah, if you thank you guys. Thank you for the heart me. If you subscribe to me, you get flare that says Riz. And it's named after her. She's got Riz. Party! Yeah. Fluorosilicic acid, anhydrous version. Anhydrous. It can be used to, so it's not the anhydrous version. It can be used to, fluorosilicic acid is a chemical that can be used to produce anhydrous hydrogen fluoride, AHF. AHF is produced by decomposing fluorosilicic acid with sulfuric acid or by thermal decomposition. Fluorosilicic acid is also used in a variety of other applications, including water fluoridation, metal sterilization, electroplating, animal data hiding, Okay. From NJ.com. Well, again, though, Billy, we have to acknowledge that in different amounts, it's going to be like in a high enough amount. Yes, I'm sure it's dangerous. A lot of things are. A lot of things in our water, if you put it into a high enough quantity, are going to be a lot of things in our food are. Vitamin C is like an easy one. Most of our medications, same thing. I mean, lots of our foods, a lot of our medications, if you eat too much of it, if you ingest too much of it, it's going to be poisonous. Even water, if you drink too much water, that becomes poisonous. And in fact, if we are walking around in water, we also need a special type of suit. Or silicic acid disposal. Is it nearly continuous disposal as hazardous waste? Yeah. That doesn't surprise me. Oops. You think this is a different case? But according to what? Like, based on what? Do you have any evidence that it's like harming our teeth? It's actually harmful in our water? Because, yeah. I mean, do you have any proof? Also, hold on. So what I'm trying to find is, because if you add whatchamacallit to the water, it just says, like, all I'm seeing is if we add fluorosilicic acid, it's part of water fluoridation. So that doesn't actually even, we've been kind of just assuming that it's the fluorosilicic acid is just floating around in it, but that's not what we're seeing. It's part of fluoridation. So is it part of getting just straight fluoride into the water? You know what I'm saying? Oh, yeah. You just saw that marketing guy's video. He was 100%. Okay. Go for it. I shared information about his background, where his family gets their money. That is still true. And also, he was proven to be wrong by people. He even acknowledged he was wrong. He said that she wasn't doing certain things that people literally showed and demonstrated that she was. You know, the fact that he was part of propaganda that worked doesn't make him, like, suddenly correct. It just means that the propaganda worked. So, hi, Straight Edge. The Newsroom. Yeah, Chris. God, it's been ages since I watched The Newsroom. Oh, Straight Edge. How you doing? Oh, fuck. Are you leaving, Callie? Thank you for the turkey face. I am a turkey face. Oh, you have a 12. Ooh, yikes. All right, have fun, Caglio. you let us know about all that fluoride in all that water. Wait, you were asking what the conclusion was? I don't know. I'm looking for the conclusion. Oh, fluoride good for teeth? Yeah, in theory, yeah, it's good for teeth. That seems to be the case. Yes. The countries that have less fluoride in their water have more fluoride added to like things like milk and stuff. So apparently Europe has less fluoride in their like drinking water, but they add fluoride to, let's see, milk and something else I saw. Oh, yeah. Salt. Salt also has fluoride. Milk and salt fluoridation is a thing. We have it in our water. Yeah. So, but you see what I was saying, Billy? The thing of like the fluorosilicic acid, when I am reading, it says it's like it's part of water fluoridation, right? And you understand, I'm trying to figure out, does that just mean that there's fluorosilicic acid floating around in our water? Which if there is, I'm not saying that that's bad. But, or is it part of the process to just get elemental fluoride into our water? You understand what I'm saying? It is used in fluoridation. Because, yeah, so the way you get fluoride in water is you have to add either sodium fluoride or fluorosilicic acid or sodium fluorosilicate, none of which are elemental fluoride. But that's how you get the fluoride in the water. You got to use like a different thing to put it there. And again, and also fluoridation, it happens in Europe. They do it less to the water, but they do it to the milk and salt and stuff. But again, waste product doesn't mean inherently bad. Rizzo, is she trying to go outside? Like, and also it's not waste product, it's byproduct. It's a byproduct of another thing. We use byproducts all the time. Like all the time. That's where we get a lot of stuff. And like the reason we use byproducts is like, Riz. Like, you know, fluorosilicic acid occurs naturally, like I said, apparently. It is a like naturally occurring thing, like just usually around like volcanoes and stuff, which makes sense because they, you know, volcanic activity tends to result in a lot of minerals and all that kind of stuff. But we don't have like enough volcanoes. Like we produce a lot of things that occur naturally. Anyway. Billy, I'm not saying you're straight up wrong. I'm just saying that if you're going to be like against fluoride in water, I would love to know like what evidence you have that it's actually harmful, especially in the amounts that it is there right now, right? Because right now it's like, and listen, there is an argument being made that like, well, now with modern tooth, you know, hygiene practices, the fluoride in our water is probably like not required. It's probably not making as huge a difference. As long as you brush your teeth daily, it's probably fine. But it's also like why I kind of made the joke of like, well, I'm excited, you know, let's see what happens to the people, to MAGA when they take fluoride out of the water, because like I know not all of them brush their teeth. And it's true. It's like people who don't brush their teeth are very much going to be, or have maybe less dental hygiene, are absolutely going to be affected negatively. D, I was completely correct about Be Better. His family benefited from the Trump administration, and they received millions of dollars. Kamala losing doesn't make that untrue. I don't know why you think it does. As I said, I was making a joke. And not all MAGA brushes their teeth. Also, not all Democrats brush their teeth. People of all types and belief systems, like, don't all brush their teeth. So, you filter it out of your drinking water. When I glance at you, you feel like you're in trouble a little bit. Sorry. I'm a socialist too. I mean, you could just like stumble in here in the middle of a discussion we're having and act like you have a point to make that knows what we're talking about, or you could just listen. No one is saying that brushing their teeth is a political issue. No one said that. You assumed. Every libertarian brushes their teeth, though. Yeah, I heard that. That's why they want the fluoride out of the water, because they want to be at an advantage. They want everyone else at a disadvantage. We do need some more toothless. They're like, I know what'll get them. We'll take the fluoride out, but we will get it elsewhere. Yes, yes. Watch them try to defeat us with fewer teeth. Oh, sorry, zombie. You know what you gotta do. It's a big tooth conspiracy. Big teeth conspiracy. Oh, shit. By the way, speaking of which, did you guys see the news about how American dentists, this is an American issue. This is why you can't have for-profit fucking healthcare here, mind you. American dentists will do unnecessary dental things. They'll pull teeth unnecessarily just so they can charge people a whole bunch. That's why you don't want a fucking for-profit healthcare system, guys. Thank you, Billy. Thank you, Zombie. Thank you for you're amazing. You're amazing. I just wanted to see the quirky animation. You guys should keep competing with each other. Yeah, Claudia. Yeah, it was this big article. Should I pull it up? I'm not trying to stoke big teeth conspiracy theories here, but you did, Elaine? Oh, nice. How did you make it? I was looking up blue bracelets today. I was looking at them on Etsy. I don't really wear bracelets is the thing, and I don't really wear blue. I'm wearing it today, and I wore it yesterday to send a message, but I don't really wear blue. I think I might get a turquoise one, to tell you the truth. Why aren't I a superstar yet? I don't know. Why aren't I a superstar? Find me, guys, find me here, please. Find me on these others, because TikTok is very likely going away. Especially here. This less so, but here I post almost all my TikToks on here. And I also go live on here. And I go live here, and I post most of my TikToks on here. But this algo does not like me. Oh, good God. You skipped anesthesia for your colonoscopy. That is nightmarish. A superstar in your eyes? Oh, well, that means I am. Angelite beads. Oh, that's cool. Let me look that up. Angelite beads. Oh, pretty. Those are cool. Nice. Okay. Let's look up the dentists remove teeth unnecessarily. All right, here we go. Oops. Oh, wait. Sorry. I usually, or not usually, but what I had the other day was like, here we go. Can you see that? TikTok? Yeah. It's like a whole thing. I mean, this is like a recent thing that just came out. To profit from implants. You should read it. It's like a whole thing. There's like a bunch of stories. I saw it. I was like, oh God, this is horrible. I read it on Reddit. There was also a discussion where people were sharing their own stories, basically. Don't believe every headline you see. Oh my God. You understand? Jesus Christ, Agent P. Yeah, don't believe every headline you see, but you understand that CBS News actually has sources that it's providing, right? Am I using Streamlab? No. Why? Shit, my dog is looking for something. It might be the song that they whistle in. Right. What are you, a dentist, Agent P? It's just the kids with trains. What do you mean? Thank you, Billy. There's like a bunch of, I mean, this came out with like a bunch of things. Provide them, Agent P. Provide them. Where are the papers? This like hit the this hit the news recently, and it was like, let me see. One sec. Sorry, it's my dog. Oh, I'm using OBS. It is OBS, yeah. Let me see. This is actually, CBS isn't actually where I first saw this story, but like. Pushing implants or report fines. Let's see. Okay, CBS report by CBS News, KFF Health News. So I think they are the reporters spoke with dental and financial experts. Okay, cool. Let's see. Let's see. Dean of Harvard School of Dental Medicine. Talking about this. Let's see. 9 other experts. So 10 experts are combating a false and public perception that implants are more durable and longer lasting than natural teeth. Studies have shown that they can be susceptible to infections, bone, Let's see. When an implant has an infection. So they spoke to large dental chains whose clinics offer implant surgery. And let's see, Clear Choice is one of them. Let me see, wait. Aspen Dental Affordable Care and Dental Care Alliance, each of which declined to be interviewed or did not respond to multiple requests for comment. Huh. Well, where? Which, like, find them. Point me to the journal. I'll pull it up, happily. I don't want to be afraid of dentists in this country. I don't use dentists in America, by the way. I might use my first, I've been to one for emergency dental stuff. But I literally leave the country for my dental work. So most of the experts interviewed for this article said the rising alarm corresponded with big changes in the availability of dental implants. Implants are now offered by more than 70,000 dental providers. Dentists are not required to learn how to place implants in dental school. I was frankly stunned by how bad some of these dentists were practicing. It was horrendous in dentistry. In healthcare, private equity investment is sometimes criticized for overtreatment and prioritizing short-term profit over patients. I mean, that's a thing. That's a thing in this country. Private equity firms have spent about $5 billion in recent years to buy large dental chains that offer implants at hundreds of clinics owned by, yeah. See, that's why, dude, you know, they're like quoting experts and stuff in the field, right? Like they don't, you know, often do hard-hitting journalism, but they're perfectly capable of investigating. And also it's like a joint report, by the way, them and like KFF something, but they're not like known for having false information. They're not Fox. They spoke to experts in the field. Like you can read it. Just read it. I don't give a shit. I don't care if you believe me or not. I'm not asking you to believe me. I'm saying this is a story that recently came out that I fucking believe because I've been in America and I know how, you know, medicine for profit is not an awesome thing for humans. It's great for the bottom line, for capitalism. So yeah, I don't know why it's so hard to believe that dentists will tell you that you need, you know, work that you don't need. Aspen Dental wrecked crazy invasive procedures for zero reason. My independent dentist was appalled. There you go. There's someone in our chat who had this exact experience. And I will say, like, when I first introduced, I don't think I first read it on CBS. I think I read it on some, like, re-reporting on this. But then I looked it up, and on Reddit, people were having a discussion because I was like, what the fuck? And on Reddit, it was just, there was, like, hundreds, if not thousands of comments of people sharing their own experiences. I went to this. And I understand, it's Reddit, and we can't verify that. But I think it's telling when the comments are just, like, people describing experience after experience of like, I went to this dentist and they said I needed to pull da-da-da-da, and then I went to this other one and they're like, you're fine. You know, I switched dentists because of my insurance, and this dentist said I had like 5 cavities and I'd never had them before. And then I went to this and they're like, no, you're fine. Like, you know, a lot of people have stories of going to a dentist that says that, oh my God, you need so much work. Like, you ever been to a fucking mechanic and had them tell you that you need a whole bunch of shit fixed, and then gone to a different mechanic and had them say, no, you don't? Why wouldn't dentists do the same thing? They can get away with it so easily. Even more easily, I would say. Let's see. They're talking specifically about hundreds of implant clinics with no specialists. Yikes. So the analysis found that more than 70% of those clinics listed only general dentists on their websites and did not appear to employ specialists, oral surgeons, periodontists, or prosthodontists. They're doing it. This is like just capitalism. This is like pure just private equity shit. Okay. But I don't, you know, if you don't believe it, that's fine. You don't have to. You know, When you're told by a dentist that you need to pull a bunch of teeth, do it. I don't care. Okay, we're nearing on 11 p.m. I still haven't had dinner. Keep the teeth. Heard it here first, folks. Oh, yeah. I'm hungry. All right. I think I'm going to end this teeth necklaces. I bet you can find them on Etsy. I bet you. Because you can buy human teeth, I'm pretty sure. I know you can. You can buy human teeth. Thanks for the follow, matey. Yeah. Sorry. Once again. This whole thing. Ugh, Social Stream Ninja sucks. Why? You can, yeah. All right. I'm gonna go venture out for food and stuff, and then I'm gonna crawl into my bed with my simp. We love a simp around here. Or I'm gonna watch a movie. I don't know. Offload him to the tooth fairy? Yeah. Tooth laundering? Fucking tooth laundering here, man. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. Thank you all. Thank you for the great topics and stuff tonight. Thank you for hanging out while MAGA was losing their shit in here. I told you they got tired eventually. Appreciate you all. I posted a TikTok while we were live here, so please feel free to go watch it and like engage with it and stuff. The most recent one, please. Okay. Luckily, I mean, according to you guys, I'm actually with a woman, right? Because you voted for Kamala Harris, so I'm perfectly happy. All right. Thank you guys. I hope to see you soon. He's the best. All right. Good night. We're gonna do so great. I might be back later. I feel like as soon as I get into, I'm gonna eat, and then as soon as I get into bed, I'm gonna be wide awake. So I might have to come back on to entertain myself tonight. Bye. Oh, and lastly, find me on here again, please. Please find me on these. Please. Thank you. YouTube and Twitch. It's just us now. All right. And for that, I'm going to say good night.